Hey guys, Justin Atkins here. You know, the latest craze, professional bass fishing and fishing in general is the Neko rig. There's no denying it absolutely catches the snot out of them. It's really catching on. It's easy to fish, it catches fish, and people love it. It's got several components, and some of them can be a little tricky. The first thing I want to show you is that you have to have a little O-ring. And everybody knows that you can put your hook right through the center of the bait, and that works fine and dandy, but your bait lasts a lot longer if you'll use an O-ring. Well, you can't just take your worm and start trying to thread it up on there. You'll never get it in there. They make a little tool that you put your O-ring over and slide it up, and it'll stretch it out. You can put your worm in and get it over it. But if you're like me, you lose everything, including your O-ring tool. So the Mississippi coming out in me, I'm gonna show you a little trick. You just take your pliers, stick it in there, and spread your O-ring out like that. Stick your worm through, pull it off the end of the pliers, feed it up on there. Then you can take your hook, stick it through the O-ring, and then insert your nail weight. One key thing, always put your nail weight in last. If you put the nail weight in and then start trying to feed it through your pliers, it'll rip your worm up because the worm won't be able to be as free to slide through the through the gap in the pliers. But just insert your nail weight. And then I have one other little thing I want to show you. If you'll notice on this hook, I have tied a snail knot. And the reason for that being, number one, anytime, people have a misconception you have to have a weight to make a snail knot work. That's not true. Anytime you put pressure on that, it's going to want to kick that hook. But the other great thing about snailing it is once you run it through and you tie it, your tag end's pointed down the shank of the hook instead of sticking out to the side, which would catch grass, cover, whatever, anything that would, cause that hook to hang up on the object that you're throwing it by. So I like to tie a snail. When I cut my tag, it's facing, it's all flowing. There's nothing, to be able to get hung up on. So next time you're throwing a Neko rig, if you lose your split ring tool, don't worry, get your pliers out, tie you a snail knot, and you'll catch more bass.